Does this sound familiar? You fall asleep just fine. Then bam, your eyes pop open at 3 a.m. You're lying there, staring at the ceiling, thoughts racing through your mind. You try to fall back asleep, but the harder you try, the more awake you feel. Then morning comes and you feel like you've been through a battle. If you're over 50 and this happens almost every night, you're not alone. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, a sleep specialist who has worked with over 10,000 patients struggling with sleep issues, especially people over 50 just like you. And I understand that poor sleep doesn't just make you tired, it affects your memory, your mood, and even increases your risk of falls and heart problems. Today, I'm going to share with you some sleep hygiene tricks, simple but incredibly effective strategies you can use tonight to stop those 3 a.m. wake-ups. And don't miss the final tip. It completely changes how your brain responds when you wake up in the middle of the night. If you want better nights of sleep, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. First, let's understand why your brain seems to love waking you up at 3 a.m. and how to train it to stop doing that. Did you know your brain actually wants to wake you up at 3 a.m.? I know that sounds crazy, but there's real biology behind this. Here's what's happening. As we get older, our sleep architecture changes in some pretty significant ways. We spend less time in deep sleep, what we call slow-wave sleep, and more time in lighter stages of sleep. This is just a natural part of aging, but it makes us much more vulnerable to waking up during the night. Now, our sleep happens in cycles of about 90 minutes each. We move from light sleep to deep sleep and back again, over and over throughout the night. And here's the thing. Around 3 to 4 a.m., most of us are in our lightest sleep stage. That's when we're most easily disturbed. But it's not just about sleep cycles. When you're over 50, you're dealing with other factors too. About 80% of people over 65 experience nocturia, which is the need to urinate during the night. Add to that hormonal changes, chronic pain from conditions like arthritis, and worries about health or family, and you've got a perfect storm for nighttime awakenings. What happens is, your brain becomes hypersensitive to small disturbances. A noise from outside, a bit of light coming through the curtains, a slight change in room temperature, or even just your own thoughts. But here's the good news. You can retrain your brain. Just like you can train your muscles at the gym, sleep is a skill you can develop and improve. And it all starts with creating the right associations in your brain, which is exactly what I'm going to show you right now. So the first step in training your brain? Creating a consistent schedule. And here's why it's more important than you think. Remember Pavlov's dog experiment from school? Well, it turns out your brain works in a very similar way. Your brain learns through association. If you go to bed and wake up at the same time every single day, your body starts producing melatonin, that's your sleep hormone, and cortisol, your wake-up hormone, at exactly the right times. It's like setting an internal alarm clock that actually works with your body instead of against it. Research from the Sleep Foundation shows that people who maintain a consistent sleep schedule have 30 to 40% better sleep quality compared to those with irregular sleep patterns. And this is especially important for people over 50 because our circadian rhythm, that's our internal body clock, naturally weakens as we age. So we need to be even more intentional about reinforcing it. Let me share a real example from my practice. I had a patient named Margaret, 68 years old, retired. Before we worked together, she would go to bed at 10 p.m. one night, 11:30 the next, then 9 p.m. the night after that. She was waking up 2 to 4 times every single night. After I asked her to stick to a fixed schedule, 10:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m., for just 2 weeks, she was only waking up once per night and falling back asleep much faster. She told me it felt like her body finally knew what to do. So here's what I want you to do. Pick a bedtime and wake time and stick to it. Yes, even on weekends. I know that's hard, but it's crucial. For the first 7 to 10 days, your brain might resist. You might not feel sleepy right at bedtime, or you might wake up before your alarm. That's normal. Push through it. After that adjustment period, you'll notice a real difference. Now that you've got your schedule set, let's talk about what you do throughout the entire day, because these 3 daytime habits are directly sabotaging your nighttime sleep. Can you believe that your morning coffee, your afternoon phone scrolling, and that nice 45-minute afternoon nap are actually why you're waking up at 3 a.m.? Let me explain the 3 silent killers of nighttime sleep. Habit number 1. Caffeine, the invisible sleep assassin. Here's something most people don't realize. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 6 hours. That means if you drink a cup of coffee at 2 p.m., half of that caffeine is still in your bloodstream at 8 p.m. After 12 hours, you still have 25% of it circulating in your system, and that's enough to disrupt your sleep. Now here's the kicker. People over 50 metabolize caffeine even more slowly because our liver function naturally decreases with age. A study from the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that caffeine consumed even 6 hours before bedtime still reduced total sleep time by a full hour. So here's my golden rule. Stop all caffeine after 2 p.m. if you go to bed around 10 p.m. Even better, cut it off after noon. And yes, this includes coffee, black tea, green tea, caffeinated sodas, and even dark chocolate. Now I know what you're thinking, but I'll be so tired without my afternoon coffee. Let me share what happens when you try a 7-day caffeine experiment. Days 1 and 2, you'll feel more tired. That's your body withdrawing. But by day 4, you start feeling better. By days 5 through 7, you'll sleep deeper, wake up less during the night, and actually feel more alert during the day without any caffeine at all. I had a patient, Robert, 72 years old, who was completely hooked on coffee. He drank 4 cups a day, with his last cup at 3 p.m. He was waking up 4 to 5 times every night. After cutting off caffeine after 11 a.m. for just 2 weeks, he was only waking up once or twice. He told me, "Doc, I actually have better energy throughout the day without that afternoon coffee. If you change just one thing from this video, make it caffeine. The results will surprise you." Habit number 2. Blue light. During day and night, the brain deceiver. Blue light from screens has the same wavelength as morning sunlight. So when you're looking at your phone or tablet before bed, your brain receives the wrong signal. It thinks, "Oh, it's daytime. Don't produce melatonin." Just 15 minutes of phone time before bed can delay your sleep by 1 to 2 hours. And people over 50 are especially sensitive because our eyes change with age. Our retinas filter blue light less effectively. Here's your practical solution. In the evening, turn on night shift or blue light filter mode on your devices. This shifts the screen color toward yellow and red tones. Lower your screen brightness as low as possible. Use dark mode, where you see white text on a black background instead of the other way around. Turn on Do Not Disturb mode starting at 9 p.m. And absolutely avoid checking work emails, reading the news, or scrolling Facebook before bed. All of these create mental stimulation and anxiety. The best option? Turn off all screens 1 hour before bedtime. Instead, read a physical book, listen to a calming audiobook, or enjoy a gentle podcast. Habit number 3. Long naps, the sleep thief. When you nap for more than 30 minutes during the day, you're reducing what we call sleep pressure. That's your body's natural drive to sleep at night. Your brain thinks, "We already rested today. We don't need deep sleep tonight." The result? You have trouble falling asleep or you wake up multiple times. Here's my safe napping rule. Keep naps to 20 to 30 minutes maximum. Nap before 2 p.m. And if you're having trouble sleeping at night, consider skipping naps altogether for a week and see what happens. These 3 habits might seem small, but they add up. If you just fix caffeine and blue light exposure, you'll see a 50% improvement in your sleep quality within 1 week. I promise. All right, now that you're managing your daytime habits, let's talk about what happens in that 1 hour before you get into bed. This is where the real magic happens. What if I told you that what you do in the 1 hour before bed determines 70% of your sleep quality that night? Your nervous system needs time to shift from fight or flight mode into rest and digest mode. And here's the thing. People over 50 need even longer to make that transition because our autonomic nervous system, the system that controls these automatic responses, slows down with age. So I teach my patients something called the power down hour. You divide that final hour before bed into 3 20-minute segments. The first 20 minutes are for completing tasks. This is when you prepare things for tomorrow, check that the doors are locked, set out your clothes, whatever gives you peace of mind. The second 20 minutes are for personal hygiene. Take a warm shower or bath, brush your teeth, do your skincare routine. The warm water actually helps lower your core body temperature afterward, which signals sleep. The final 20 minutes are for pure relaxation. Read a book, listen to calming music, practice meditation, or pray if that's part of your routine. Now here's what you absolutely must avoid during this hour. Don't watch TV, especially the news, because it triggers anxiety. Don't get into arguments or discuss serious issues with your spouse. Don't do vigorous exercise, and don't eat heavy meals. A study from the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine in 2019 found that people with a consistent wind-down routine reduced their time to fall asleep by 43% and reduced nighttime awakenings by 31%. So create your own power down hour and do the same routine every single night. Your brain will learn, oh, we're preparing for sleep now, and it'll start producing melatonin earlier. Your nighttime routine is set. Now let's talk about where you sleep, because your bedroom might be the reason you can't sleep and you don't even know it. Your bedroom could be sabotaging your sleep without you realizing it. There are 3 essential factors that must be right for quality sleep, especially after 50. Factor number 1, temperature, 63 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, or 17 to 19 degrees Celsius. Your body needs to drop its core temperature by 1 to 2 degrees to fall into deep sleep. This is a biological requirement. The problem is that older adults have a harder time regulating temperature. So what can you do? Use air conditioning or a fan, or open a window if it's cool outside. Wear light pajamas or even sleep in just underwear. Use a thin blanket instead of a heavy comforter. And here's a trick many people don't know. Wear socks to bed. It might sound counterintuitive, but warm feet actually help your core body cool down by improving blood circulation to your extremities. Factor number 2, light, complete darkness. Even small amounts of light from an alarm clock, a TV standby light, or your phone can interrupt melatonin production. Your solution? Install blackout curtains that block all outside light. Use a sleep mask if needed. Turn off or cover all small LED lights in your room. I tell my patients to use black tape to cover those little lights on chargers and electronics. And put your phone face down, or, even better, leave it in another room entirely. Factor number 3, sound, quiet or consistent white noise. Older adults sleep more lightly and wake up more easily from noise. So use soft earplugs if you're sensitive to sound. Consider a white noise machine or a simple fan that creates steady, consistent sound. This masks sudden noises like a car door slamming or a dog barking. And close your bedroom door to block sounds from the rest of the house. One bonus point, your mattress and pillow matter too. If your mattress is more than 7 to 10 years old, it's lost support and could be causing back pain that wakes you up. And your pillow needs to match your sleep position. We'll talk about that in my next video. Research from the National Sleep Foundation found that 93% of people say a comfortable bed is important for good sleep, but only 40% actually invest in improving their sleep environment. Turn your bedroom into a sleep cave. Dark, cool, and quiet. This is the best investment you can make in your health. All right, you've got your schedule, your daytime habits, your evening routine, and your perfect environment. But what happens if you still wake up at 3 a.m.? This is when I share the most important trick of all. This is the biggest mistake 90% of people over 50 make when they wake up in the middle of the night, and it makes everything worse. Here it is. Don't just lie there trying to force yourself back to sleep. Let me explain the 20-minute rule. If you wake up and you haven't fallen back asleep after 15 to 20 minutes, get out of bed. I know this sounds wrong. You're thinking, but I'm tired, I should stay in bed. But here's what happens when you lie there awake. Your brain starts creating an association. It learns that bed equals being awake and anxious, instead of bed equals sleep. This is called stimulus control therapy, and it's one of the most effective techniques we use in cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. So what should you do when you get out of bed? Go to another room and sit in a chair. Do something extremely boring. Read a dull book, listen to a slow audiobook, or watch a documentary about something like archaeology or art history. Keep the lights very dim, not bright. When you start feeling sleepy again, go back to bed. But here's what you absolutely must not do. Don't look at your phone, don't watch TV, don't check the news, don't do work or answer emails, don't eat a big meal, a little warm milk is fine, but that's it. And don't keep checking the clock. Clock watching creates anxiety. I had a patient, Linda, 64 years old, who would wake up every night at 2:30 a.m. and lie there worrying until 5 a.m. After learning the 20-minute rule and practicing it for 2 weeks, she was falling back asleep within 15 to 30 minutes. She told me, "I feel like I have control again. I'm not afraid of waking up anymore." This rule breaks the cycle of anxiety leading to trying harder to sleep, leading to more wakefulness, leading to more anxiety. It teaches your brain, bed equals sleep, and if you're not sleeping, you leave. Now, for the final trick, the technique I teach every single one of my patients. It's simple, it costs nothing, and it's incredibly powerful. This technique has changed the lives of thousands of my patients, and it only takes 2 minutes to learn. It's called the 4-7-8 breathing technique, and here's exactly how you do it. First, exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound. Close your eyes. Now breathe in quietly through your nose while counting to 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Then exhale completely through your mouth for a count of 8, making that whoosh sound again. That's one cycle. Repeat this 4 times. So why does this work? It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's rest and recovery system. It slows your heart rate from maybe 80 or 90 beats per minute down to 60 or 70. It increases oxygen to your brain, and most importantly, it shifts your mind's focus away from anxious thoughts and racing worries. Instead of thinking about your problems, you're concentrating on counting and breathing. This creates a rhythm that helps your brain calm down. Here's how to practice this. Do it 2 to 3 times during the day when you're calm so your brain gets familiar with it. Then when you wake up at night, your body will respond automatically. You can combine this with the 20-minute rule if you need to. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that slow breathing techniques reduce activity in the amygdala. That's the part of your brain that processes anxiety, and increase activity in your prefrontal cortex, which controls calm and rational thinking. This is a tool you control. No medication needed. No special equipment. Just your breath. And those are the 6 sleep hygiene tricks you can use tonight to stop those 3 a.m. wake-ups. All right, we've covered a lot of information today. Let me quickly recap the 6 sleep hygiene tricks that will help you stop waking up at 3 a.m. Number 1, consistent schedule. Same time every day. Your brain will learn. Number 2, 3 daytime habits. Cut caffeine after 2 p.m., turn off blue light, and keep naps under 30 minutes. Number 3, the power down hour. That final hour before bed is golden. Number 4, perfect environment. Dark, cool at 63 to 67 degrees, and quiet. Number 5, the 20-minute rule. If you can't sleep, get out of bed and do something boring. And number 6, 4-7-8 breathing, your secret weapon to activate relaxation mode. These tricks aren't magic, they're science. And they work, but you have to practice them consistently. Give your brain 7 to 14 days to relearn these patterns. Now, many of you have asked me, Dr. Carter, what about sleep positions? I keep waking up with back pain and shoulder pain. That's a great question. In my next video, I'm going to show you the best sleeping positions for people over 50. Positions that not only help you sleep better, but also help you wake up without pain. I'll share how to adjust your pillows and mattress, and even some simple stretches you can do before bed to prevent morning stiffness. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. And most importantly, comment below and let me know. Which trick are you going to start with tonight? Is it caffeine, blue light, or maybe the 478 breathing? I read every single comment and I'll respond to you. Remember, good sleep isn't a luxury. It's your right. And you deserve to sleep well. I'll see you in the next video. Sweet dreams.